Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is August the 11th and it's Thursday afternoon, and I'm getting ready. The others have other commitments and I'll go over that in a second. But we're doing the Fabric Cafe 3-yard quilt, and today I'm running back to the Farmhouse CHIC. So with that being said, we're going to get started here momentarily, but I'm just going to let anybody join in the chat, give them a few minutes. But Courtney had a family engagement this afternoon. Her husband decided to take the family out of town for an afternoon with him, and being a RN and he doesn't get much time, they're taking that day. Teresa Louise just messaged a little bit ago, and her husband had some testing done and they need to take a few days to just bounce back from that. So keep her in your prayers and everything. And both of them have told me to move forward with the project, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and they'll catch up and circle back with us. Kathleen, hello sweetheart. Katie D. Crafts, hello. So Becca, good morning. Spending my lunch break listening to you. I love you, babe. Brenda Foley, hello from Kentucky. And Cindy Goody, hello. Amy C, hello and welcome. So what we're doing today is just basically I'm saying we, so you're just gonna have to get used to that, because I'm used to having the other girls with me when I'm sewing up these fabric cafes. But they're quick, easy projects that we can do and work through just to get Christmas gifts off the table, or if you want to donate them to a nursing home or a hospital or whatever. The ones that I'm doing are going to be a few of them for my sister and then sister-in-law. So she's in a nursing home, so that way they're going to have these leg covers, the lap blankets for when they're in their wheelchairs and things. Good morning, Donna, and all y'all, all my friends. I just love you, Kathleen. You keep my spirits up, babe. So with that being said, I'm working on the assembly. We've already did one, and I'll show you what it looks like. We did this last week, and it turned out really cute. So this week it's block assembly B, and it's really simple. It's basically the same thing. You have your 6-inch strip and you sew down both sides your 2-inch strip, and I do have permission to go ahead and give that size, so I'm not going to be in any trouble. Then we'll cut those down momentarily, press them off, and move on to the next step. You're a sweetheart. So I gotta tell you, I'm gonna tell you a little story and you're gonna get a kick out of it while I'm just sewing these in. Patty G, hello, watching Jackie Orr's funeral on, she was an Indiana state representative. Yes, she was, and that was horrible what happened. I saw that on the news as well. So for those of you that know, I don't do many subscription boxes, and we sit back and watch all the other ones do them. And I was watching Becca one night, and she was talking about this cotton cuts. Now, I've watched her over the last couple years do cotton cuts, but I've never watched it from beginning to end. Never really followed through on that at all. So this particular night, I was just sitting there, and I was like, it piqued my interest, and Joe was sitting here with me. And we really took notice to what all she was saying. How it's an organization that employs individuals with disabilities and things, and that piqued our interest. And then she was talking about the different colorways that you can get, and this is a 10-month program. So we talked about it, and I reached out and got a little more information from Becca to make sure that I knew what I was getting into. And I went ahead and signed up for it. Well, I got the large project because you go big or you go home. So with that being said, yesterday I opened my first one and I was totally blown away. I've never experienced such a fun sew. Everything was pre-cut with the dies. Everything I did just as I was instructed. Count everything. Everything was there. It sewed up ever so nice. I loved how they had the arrows pointing the way they wanted you to iron them off, and it works. So if you haven't got into the cotton cuts bandwagon yet, I'd highly recommend it. I'm telling you, it was a blast to sew up, and I had a really fun time doing it. Hi everyone, having my coffee break before I head off to work. Peace, love, and quilting. Hi all. I'm sorry that I'm not there to join the fun. Baby, every once in a while you have to act, enjoy that hubby time, and he was nice enough to take you away for the day with your daughter. So I say kick back, relax, and enjoy it, because that's where you're making your memories, babe. So just enjoy that time. School's going to be starting and you're going to be missing out. So it's okay. So Courtney did sew hers up. We talked last night, and she sewed up her next block, and she went ahead and got her quilt assembled so that she'll be ready when we're all back next week. And that's when we're going to do the borders and things. But I thought that was pretty cool about that. And then I'll hop over to the cotton cuts. I mean the open gates. I had a fabulous interview with Monique. If you haven't saw that interview, I really implore upon you to check it out. I love the interviews. I think that's my niche. You really get to learn about people that way. But it tells how she started her company and the foundation of it and the name, where it came from and such. But her project boxes, I'm on my third one, and I wouldn't trade those for anything either. Now, I'm not going to go subscription box crazy. I think two's just about my limit. But what I get from her so far has been fabulous. It's teaching me different techniques that I didn't have in my toolbox or knew. And she walks you through those steps, and if I can't get it from there, I do pop over to Becca's and watch how she's doing it. But Monique's so sweet. She's even doing a Zoom for this next box that she's doing. And if you subscribe to the box, you get the Zoom link, and you request to join in, and she'll be showing how to use the template that she's got in this box and such. So the project will be able to be streamlined and relatively simple. So I'll show you that. It's really cute, and I'm really looking forward to doing this one. I know you guys probably have already seen it a million times from me, but I've never really been into the Halloween stuff a lot. But the colors and the theme and stuff, my granddaughter is really enjoying all that. So I thought, well, I'll just jump on that bandwagon too and go ahead and enjoy it. So that's kind of fun. So we needed to do 2 strips. I've already got one of them done. And I'm just going to finger press this just to get my seams going. One's going to go that way and one's going to come this way, so they'll marry good when I get them all together. So I am going to press this before I cut, and I always give it a little bit of starch before I do anything. That's just what I prefer to do. I like my fabric good and stiff. So while I'm waiting on my iron to heat up, I'll move this stack of stuff. So how's everyone's day going today? I know I had a couple ladies that was sewing along on this one, but I don't see them in the chat, so they'll probably be messaging after bed. Telling me they forgot or they need a little help with it. This one's relatively simple, I think. It's pretty straightforward. You're just making your 2 blocks. One's larger and one's smaller, and all we did was flip the fabric basically from block A to the seconds. And the first one I got 7 cuts for the blocks, and this one here I'll get the last remaining 5 for the total 12 blocks. And then we're just going to build it out. Then we'll trim it down to the 9x9, and voila. Then we'll just have to join it all together. So these are really simple, easy throw together with some love, of course. So this one's all pressed out and ready. So let me get my stuff turned around here. So how many in the chat belong to cotton cuts and how many in the chat belong to open gates? I'm just curious. I'm resting at the moment, struggling to get going. I feel you, Amy. It's one of them days. June, good getting a household chore done. Then I can play the rest of the day in my sewing room. Absolutely, June. It's always fun to be in the sewing space, I say. So, get this guy trimmed up and then we'll get this one going. And this one's going to come in at 6 inches each time. None of them. I tell you what, I'm learning it's going to be fun. And I normally don't do those. But it's proven to be fun so far. And I can't wait to see the end. Becca had told me to go back into some of the older videos and see the completion of them. And I'm telling you, I'm glad I did. Because I was blown away when we looked at them. And these are straight cut, straight 6 inch. And I'm just lining up on my line straight across right here. That way I'm getting a good cuts. And I love that you can use any 3 yards and get a fabulous quilt. And every time it looks so different. I was watching one of her videos where they're changing up a few things. Still the 3 yard, but it's just beautiful the way that they're turning out. So this is my leftover from that. I'm doing cotton cuts, So Sweet and Piazza, but not open gate. I tell you what, so far I'm loving it. I did Olympia to hubby last year. Each month I would cut out cut out the second. He finished 2 tops, yet to be quilted. I haven't signed up for either box. I'm going to cancel my current remaining subscription box. I find I didn't do the projects, so they were just collecting dust. I promised Joe that if he left me do these, I'll work the projects. And if it's something that's not suitable for us, they're going to become gifts. And if it's something that we like, we're just going to keep it, of course. And so far, I'm being honest, I'm liking everything, so everything's staying with us. And I'm really glad that I was online the night that she was talking about it, because honestly, if I wouldn't have been, I honestly would never have joined in. I would have been sitting back another season, watching and going, well, I wonder, and tuning in. And Ian, he does a really fun video. I watched his last night, and he took us for a little trip during his, like, of Italy and stuff. And it was just cute the way that he does his. And he walks you through every step just like Becca does. So if you haven't watched hers, stop over and watch it. If you haven't seen his, I can assure you, you won't be disappointed. They keep it fun, they keep it live, and they keep it interesting. And I'm just having a blast right now with it. So I went ahead and pre-cut these down to 6 inch. Howdy, Joe. Sorry, didn't forget you, brother. He's sitting over there. He's going to be running out in a bit. He's got to take Bebe to her PKR cheer. It's the final day of a cheer camp that she's in. And then he'll slip back and close me down whenever. And let me see what else is new. I haven't got to tell you guys. Changing up my interviews a little bit. I've got a couple real fun ones coming up. If you're free on the 15th, I'm doing a fabulous interview with, let me see, the Fabric Patch. And that's going to be fun. You're not going to want to miss that. And as always, if there's anything that we're doing, like these project boxes or anything, seriously, Becca has the answers, or if it's open gate, contact Monique directly. She's fabulous. She'll answer your questions. Let me see. I haven't signed up for either. Kathleen, maybe you forgot Joe because we didn't hear him singing in the background. Well, I sent messages. It's here. I'll start over. Absolutely, baby. But it's always fun just trying new things out of your comfort zone. I had tried a subscription box in the very beginning. I want to say when the Soyo brothers started with the grunge boxes. I love the fabric, but I never did the projects with them. So I kept that probably about 6 months stockpiled on the grunge fabric, and I have it here in my cart waiting on that project that I just can't, I need the grunge for, and I haven't found it yet, but I'll get there. So there's nothing wrong with the Soyo brothers. I like the project base. It's going to lead me through what I need to do so I can stay on task. So who's ready for all these kiddos to be back in school? It's going to get quite lonely around here. We got spoiled this summer having them a lot. We've got one that's going in 3rd grade, one going in 5th grade, one going in 6th grade, one going as a senior. So they're all different schools, different areas, and it's going to be definitely a wild ride. I ordered the gaming chair like what you and Courtney have today. Fingers crossed it will help me. Amy, I'm telling you, it really, it's been a blessing. But since they're working on my spine and I have to wear this brace, I did make a pillow to sit behind me to give that brace some more padding. Because right now it's so cumbersome. And I know it looks god-awful. I look like I'm about 12 months pregnant. But I'll show you what it looks like. It's like this, and it comes way up my back, and so I made these pillows to sit here behind me to just push that brace in. But this chair, I am so thankful Joe left me get it. I know right after I hear the food processor and the whirling Donna's machine, LO, no tunes, threw me for a loop. You are too funny, girl. But yeah, you won't be disappointed, Amy, and it'll surprise me if you are. I like the fact that it's got the massager, and you plug it into just one of these little white chucks. And it comes in really handy, trust me when I tell you that one. Okay, so that's 1, 2, I've got 3 more to go here. What color did you end up getting, Amy? And then Courtney got the purple and I got the pink. The Fabric Pack folks are so nice. Their shop is about 3 hours from me across the mountain. One of these days I hope to visit. I would love to go out there and just... Smokey and Washington, they are amazeballs. We've been waiting on this interview for a little bit. A lot of things have come up, and I get to have both mama and daughter, so that's going to be fun. And we're going to run about an hour and a half, maybe 2. So it'll be fun. They're always full of laughter, full of love, and they're just fun. So that'll be a good time, telling us about how they got started in their journey and life and all their activities. They do little retreats there as well. And Brianna, she just cracks me up when they do their box openings and stuff. I want to go to one of their retreats. I do too. I think that would be such a blast. They were talking about how they were going to do a cruise one and stuff, but everybody would get off the ship and never come back for the sewing part because they like to go to really exotic places. So I would be content to just go to their town and explore. The electric blue, that'll be sweet. I could see you rocking that one. The Joe had, I don't think you had any issues, honey, did you, when you put ours together? No, he said it went together really easy. It's really heavy, so if you've got to move it from wherever you're putting it together, I'd say put it together wherever you're at. Wherever you're going to want it. So all the blocks are made now. No, they're not. Had two that were hiding. How dare they? Those chairs don't have wheels. Yeah, mine has wheels. You can slide it anywhere. I'm on carpet, so I got to wiggle a bit. But they do have wheels. Katrina, hello, sweetheart. Sorry I missed you, babe. Those chairs, yeah, they... Eastern Washington is entirely different from the west side of the state. Really, I have no idea. I've never been out there, but I would love to go. Has anybody ever went to Missouri Star? I interviewed Tucker just real quick. We just did a little round to it on Monday night. He's got a lot going on, but he's coming back strong when he does. And we just did a little sit and chat for a bit. And he was telling me about, he went to T Quilt's retreat and what he thought of the town that Missouri Star's in. And I don't know if everybody else had the same experience, because I told Joe I would love to go there as well one day. But I guess I got it in my mind kind of like what he did, that the whole town is Missouri Star, and here it's just one really nice block. But he did get to drive over to where Angela Walter's shop was and things. Road trip, Donna. Becca, anytime, baby. I will load and go. I would love that. That's just one of my all-time. I really want to go there someday. I think that would be a fabulous time, a great trip. And it would just stinking be fun. So, Now all I got to do is iron my squares, and then we'll trim them in, and then we'll just join them all up. So like I said, these projects come together really, really easy. And I can assure you, nothing you do out of the Fabric Cafe books is extremely hard or detailed. They're a quick sew. So if you have an afternoon and you've got something coming up tomorrow as a last minute gift, you could honestly do it in a day. We bust it up each week just because it makes it easier, because I wouldn't want to keep anyone on here for hours. Not that I don't love you guys, but could you imagine if we got to go to Missouri Star, meet Angela Walters, have her give us the lessons like what she did with Beth on the long arm? Oh my gosh, our husbands wouldn't be able to contain us with our excitement. I can remember watching Beth's interview with Angela Walters, and it was funny because I didn't make the name connection because I only knew her as the Midnight Quilter from back when I started sewing. I'd lay in there at night and just watch her pop her chocolate candy and start sewing straight away. Hi Tracy, baby. Welcome, darling. What's up? It's so Becca. I'm catching up on some sewing today, so I'll be listening. That's fine, baby. Retreat, 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 woohoo. I think that would be fabulous. I know someone that needs to set up a retreat, but I'm not even going to go there. She'd kill me. I just think a bunch of sewers getting together for a weekend sit and chat. I'd pay money for that. So has anybody ever done these fabric cafes, and do you like them? The girls want to go ahead and finish out this book. Teresa Louise picked this pattern, and like I said, she will be joining back on it. She's just had life happen. Retreat with a that would be fun, I'm telling you. But in our downtime, you know. If you don't know, I've got the quilt finished. I can show you that. Joe did a time-lapse video per se on quilt number 4. I'm waiting on the label to get here from Courtney. As soon as it does, and I get the final paperwork from the hospital that it's going to be going to, I'll post who that's going to. But it really did turn out pretty. Let me show you. I'm really happy with them. But in the video you'll be able to see it a lot better because it goes slower. But all the different blocks I never would have thought would have came together so pretty. And they really did. And then the Dutch rose in the center, I think that really set this one off. And I did the blue variegated thread with the pink rose in the center. That way it's really gender neutral. On my 4 3-yard quilt, I always alter the borders to make them a little bigger. Katie D made Fabric Cafe quilts for a charity. Stephanie Stitches promoted. Absolutely. I think moving forward, I've got tons of the scrap fabrics and things that I can utilize them with as well. So I'm definitely going to move forward and keep doing them. So now this block, you're just going to trim it to your 9x9. And then we'll get those all joined in. And most of the time, if you're keeping your 1/4 inch seam allowance, sorry about the stutter there, I kicked the table. You're not going to have to trim down. So far, doesn't mean it's always that way. I'd say, Becca, yes it would. I think that'd be a ton of fun. I do, absolutely. I don't know if Becca could contain all of us in one location. We'd probably all scare her to death or have her ribs hurting so bad. Is that your alarm going off?
12:30.
He's getting ready to leave to take Bebe to her event, and his alarm was going off, and it always goes, "Wake up, wake up." Out of 12 blocks, I've got one I need to trim. I'd say I did okay. So now all I have to do is figure out the layout that we want to use. I'm going to go ahead and do it as the book has. I think it'll be cute. And then if we have time, I'll go ahead and do the first border. So let's see how this is going to lay out. Have fun. All right, baby, have fun. Do what? Yeah, honey. It's all good. Thank you. He said to tell everyone goodbye, and he'll be back in a bit. So it's just the 4 crossed. I watch April's craft room, and she does a lot of the 3-yard quilts, and I met her, gosh, I met her last month. Good times. Hey Tracy, welcome. First time watching with my phone. I was looking for the sound button. That's okay, sweetheart. In your first row, you're going to push your seam to the left. So as you're sewing it in, it makes it so much easier to just finger press it in and then add your next block. See, there was a rent house, bed breakfast at Beth's Angela Waters. That would be sweet. I think it would be fun. Absolutely fun. I really like April's craft room. Thank you, Donna. I can hear you now. You can hear this humming of this machine going. Brrr. So all you're going to do is alternate when you're doing this. So I started with the dark, so now I'm going to start with the light, and then we're just going to work through it. And then we'll join the rows, and poof, this part will be finished, and I'll just see where we're at time-wise, and maybe go ahead and slap a border or 2 on. And that way next week when the girls are with me, I can do the chatting while they're doing the sewing. Is anyone in the chat going to do the Monica quilt that Becca did? I think that is going to be a fun one. And then I've also... Tracy of the Sewing Channel, she did a 70s quilt. If you haven't checked out hers, you really got to. These two, I'm telling you what, their patterns are kicking butt. They're really, really good. The Monica quilt my daughter wants because she watches Friends all the time. So we're going to do that one. Her daughter's going to help me. That way she's learning to sew a bit. So that's going to be her Christmas gift to her mom. So we've ordered the fabric and we're waiting on that. And I'll just cut it, and then she's going to be the stitcher, getting everything stitched in. It'll mean a lot to her mom coming from her. And then I'm going to do the 70s quilt, but I'm having trouble finding the fabric around here that's going to work with it. And I even did, like Tracy told me, go to the Goodwill and see if I could find anything. And I've been to ours, and you would think it's a department store the way they've got everything so jacked up. If I'm going to pay for something, I want it to look just the way I want it to. Thank you, Donna. I can hear you now. Oh, that 70s quilt is too cute. I printed it, and I'm ready. That one I'm looking forward to doing. Hello, everyone. I'm doing the same as you all. Sewing in my room. I'm looking forward to the Coke fabric to make the best. That'll be fun. So that's row 2, and now we're going to do the next one, and we're just going to keep building. Hi, babe.
Hi. Papa does not understand, like, what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Just a second. Do I?
He's like, well, this and that, and this and that, and he's driving me insane because I don't know what he wants from me.
Okay, what you need to do is get on your shoes, pull your hair in a pony. Listen.
But this is what he said to me. You have clothes or something in here, and you're supposed to bring this bag. And it's my cheer bag. Is there supposed to be clothes in there?
No, what he doesn't know, you're already dressed and ready to go. You take your, you just take your lunchbox and your drink. No, honey, it's okay. Take your lunchbox, your drink, and a hairpiece, and you're good to go. Give me a kiss. I love you, honey. You're gonna have fun. You want to tell the ladies hello?
Hi.
I love you. Yeah, if you take that bag, that's just for your phone and your lunch, honey. To drop everything down in.
I don't put my lunchbox in that bag.
Oh, I told him you
I
did.
have clothes in there.
No, he doesn't know you're already dressed for the day.
Yeah, but what's in there then? Besides my
Your shoes.
Then why is he saying there's clothes in there?
Because your clothes you have on was. Thanks, guys. Kids. Can't live with them, can't live without them. It's like herding cats when they've got to be somewhere. So the easiest way to remember is when you're doing your dark, push it that way. Math Geek, I just can't get into the 70s colors. Too much time around them as a kid. I just think it's so stinking cute. My granddaughter, the one that was just here, you would think she was born in the wrong time. She loves the bell-bottom pants, the hip huggers, we call it anything kippy. So that's going to be just a fun quilt to do. It'll stay here, but I was born in 64 and grew up in the 70s, so I think it would be just fun. I'm going to do big, bold colors. I know I will. My husband says it's going to be the loudest quilt in the house. Let me see. Courtney's doing a lot of lining up dates for FPP projects. If anybody wants her to teach a project, she was going to talk about that today, that she's going to be setting that up, and all you have to do is send her the pattern and she'll teach you how to do it. And she's going to set up classes and do everything virtual online and be able to show people how to get going with it. And I think that's pretty neat. I'm going to be doing the lion with her. I've ordered my fabric and it just came. And right now we're just setting the date for when we're going to kick that off. That's going to be fun. I finished my Maryland crab. I think I showed just that. Did Baby like her tiny bear? Absolutely. It's in her cheer bag. She keeps it with her, Brenda. She was so thankful. She really liked that, and thank you. She does. She loves it. And the color, it's like you knew her for her whole life. That's her favorite color even. She's like, how did she know? Oh, I got a fun question for someone. You might know because I absolutely don't. Joe had a heart attack back in November. Had to have open heart, triple bypass, and anyway, long story short, he's recovering and still. But my question is, he's lost like 80 pounds since his surgery. So he went through his dresser and pulled out all of his jeans, and we went and replenished his jean stock. So one night I was bored and I cut them all up. So I'm going to make a jean quilt just for fun. I'd never done it. Sewing it together, I know to use my jean needle, but on a long arm, how do you quilt it? Some people have told me you don't use batting. Some people say there's a special needle for when you're quilting jean. It's the denim. I'm sorry, I need to say it, denim on your long arm. So how do you do that? The flower shape is definitely fun. I've got it cut out the way she did it, and I've made a plastic template for it. That way I'll be able to do it. My husband says if I'm going to make that one, it's going to go into the bedroom because it's just a fun quilt and it'll give a lot of color. So we like to change the quilts out in there all the time. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I never do this on my phone, but Bebe is messaging, so I don't have to run downstairs. There. The world will be a better place now. She got some kisses and loves. Flower shape, scrap fabric love made one not long ago, and she used the pockets in an interesting way. I'm working with Kristen. That's where I got the idea to do it, because I told her, I said, he must have had like 20 pair, and I'm definitely overachiever on this one, I'll tell you. She told me to just cut them in all different sizes, which I did. That way it would be really scrappy. And I have the pockets, and she said you could put, leave the pockets open so the grandkids will be able to stuff stuff in them. And it'll just be a fun one. But what was really funny is I counted the blocks last night, and I have 90 blocks. And they're all 8.5 by 8.5. And by the time I married some of the blocks and things. So I was like, this is a little bit bigger than what I had expected it to be, but it's okay as long as it fits on the long arm, and if not, I'll send it to a long armor. But Joe's like, I've never saw one like this, and it's going to be quite heavy. And I did, like she said, I put strips through the center. I'll show you a couple of them. Yeah, they're really turning out cute. Did them like this, cut them in different sizes. And then you can do different designs with that pattern. Then she said, just use scraps. Then I did, blocked them out on some. And I let the granddaughters pick the different fabrics that they wanted used in it. That way everybody's got their own section of the quilts that they can say they had a say in. So I've got that, and then I've got 2 more full little baskets of the parts. Yeah, there's 38 more blocks to figure out how we're gonna do. She said she was rude and didn't say goodbye to y'all. She She's like, I'm sorry, I was in a hurry. And I was like, it's fine, honey. She's really a good kid. What about making smaller individual ones? That might work too. That way they can each have their own. I like that idea. That's a very good one, Kathleen. Thank you, baby. Yeah, because when they're here in the winter, it's not that our house is cold, but everybody knows, everybody likes to cuddle with their own special blankets. Yeah, that's what she was fussing about. She's like, Pap didn't give me a chance to come up and say my formal goodbyes. She's just a good kid. So now what I do with mine is instead of going from top to bottom, I'm going bottom to top. It just makes it a little bit easier. I could press my seams or I can do the finger press, and for this I'm just going to go ahead and finger press it, because when I go to do the top seam I'm just going to fold it down, then I'll give it a good pressing. So you'll see how it comes in, and I'm a pinner. I can't help myself. I like everything to nest really well. So I figure if I'm putting my work into it, I want it to look nice at the end. So I just nest them up. And when you're going left to right, like one time your seam's going left, one time right, they nest so easy. And if you've got all your blocks squared, as y'all know, everything just works. They always have them for whenever they get. Absolutely, I like that. That's something I never would have thought of. I'll have to ask the girls, because I'll have them all this weekend, if they would like personalized ones. I like that idea. That was really good. I still have the quilt my grandma made when I was little. I cherish it so much. The girls, every time I turn around, they're either their cheer shirts, their old cheer uniforms. My grandson, a football player, you know, they want everything turned into a quilt, which is fine, and it's fun to do. But it's coming up with the different ideas, different patterns to make everything work so it looks nice. But with Joe's, he's like, just throw those things away. And no one likes to throw denim away. I don't. I thought it would be a really neat project. And when I was talking with Kristen, she's like, no, you can use them. They make really nice heavy quilts. Oops, I'm late. Hi, Donna and everyone. You're never late. There's always the replay, baby. We're just sitting, chatting today. Lazy day, so. My sister and I have matching ones with different backing. That is so cool. Marriott, Brenda Foley, Walmart, and Joann's had Coke fabric on their website. Our local Joann's has the Coke fabric on sale this week. I think it's like 70% off. So I call that a win-win. They're made with my grandpa's old wool shirt. How sweet is that? So everything nested well, and I'm just going to finger press here as well. And make sure I've got everything going the way I want it. And bring the next one in. And all you're doing is alternating your blocks to the left, light, dark, if that helps. So has anyone in the chat ever went to a quilt con? That'll be a fun question. Janita, hello, honey. Your quilt will be beautiful. Hugs. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining, honey. I'm just curious everybody's experiences. Yeah, she collected Coke items since she was 13 years old. That is awesome. And then these seams here, I'm just going to finger press them straight down where they're going to nest. And then pull the pin. I'm going, absolutely, Becca. That's what I'm trying to do, get a conversation going to see who's coming with us. Could you imagine how much fun that would be? No, but I'm going to the one in 2023 since it's driving distance. Amy, you might have to drive all the way back here to the East Coast. Rumor has it we're going to North Carolina. I would love QuiltCon 2024. Absolutely. I believe it's Raleigh, North Carolina Convention Center. Becca, correct me if I'm wrong, February? Yeah, I haven't been to North Carolina in probably 15 years, so that's a good road trip. Joe and I map quested it, and it's probably like 9 hours from us. My sister, she's in North Carolina. There you go, road trip, Miss Brenda. Yeah, I believe it's February. I know it's February, but I can't remember which week, and it's definitely Raleigh, right? But it'd be neat to get an idea how many folks are going to come this year. Well, for that one anyway. I think it would be a blast. I think Heirloom Sister is kind of one of my grandmothers. I did not, blah, 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 my grand. That would be cool. QuiltCon February, Raleigh, North Carolina. Absolutely. Janita, my sister, is in North Carolina. What year? 2024. So if you put it on your books now, as the information plays out, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on QuiltCon site, you'll be in the know, because I'm telling you, a lot of greatness I'm hearing in the grapevine. QuiltCon in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm booking my hotel room soon. Absolutely, let me know, because Joe and I are going. You just got to tell us our location. I think it'll be a blast. Let me see if I can get this mouse to work. go. Did you check out any locations, Becca? I apologize, y'all. I have executive chat and cooking. Oh, I miss anyone speaking to me. LOL. Not that y'all have been, just saying. Kathleen, you're a little stir pot stir. I have a few hotels in mind. Absolutely, baby. I think it'll be fun. All you got to do is shoot me the info and I will book it. Yes, ma'am, you did. Whoa. You know, I'm quite choosy when that happens. Now I know you know what you're doing, so there's not an issue. You down for QuiltCon? I hope she is. You're such a goofball. A pleasant journey. It's all good, honey. So now the boss is back. Who can we harass now? Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Elizabeth. And welcome, honey. Not sure about 24, girl. That's way into the future. You gotta plan life ahead, Miss Tracy. There's so much goodness. I'm still on the fence about that, Tracy. Are you going? I don't know. I know I'm not going. If I went that far, I'd keep going to Disney. But then that's a thought, Becca. Road trip to Disney. Give it up and go, Becca. What fabulous experiences. Is Tiffany going to make it to either one of them, Becca? I'm going to Atlanta one. It's 20 miles from my house. Ooh, that's a thought. Yeah. So in channel, LOL. I didn't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. LOL. And y'all want me to plan 2 years from now. Abso-stinking-lutely. I'll drive road trip to Disney. Stop at Atlanta on the way. I'm in if you want to do it. Could you... Joe would let me do that. He knows I love Disney. And then he'd get a week with all the grandkids by himself. Ooh, that might be a win-win for me. He just gave me the old stink eye. He's like, what?
You're a good 15 rounds of Mike Tyson to be here with all the grandkids.
He's so funny. All the granddaughters are growing into their, how do I want to put this tactfully, hormone age. And he goes, I'd rather go 15 miles with Mike, 15 rounds with Mike Tyson than spend a week alone with all the grands. You crack me up, baby. You love them. It's just their little finding their feelings and their emotions.
I'll help them find them.
Amy, you can book a condo at Peachtree Towers condominium for probably a better price than a hotel. It's walking distance. That's a thought. So all I have to do is press this out and show you how stinking cute it come out. I love these little quilts. Better price if you share 1 or 2 bedrooms. Amy, you might have to get us all that information, girl. I threw Becca a wrench while you were gone, baby.
You hit her in the head with it?
No,
Yeah,
I figured
should've.
you could.
You should have after the other night. You should have just hit her right in the head with it. Becca,
if you're still here, you got to give me a thumbs up. I told Joe, I said I gave you a wrench without asking.
You threw her a wrench.
I said I threw a wrench to you while he was gone in case I needed help. And he goes, well, you should have hit her in the head with it after what she did the other night to me. She's going to get a comeback for you. I think she might be at work, though. So you might not get an answer from her.
There she is.
I'm still here. You made his night, I'm telling you. Don't beat me with the wrench. I'm still waiting for my song, Joe. I'm still at work, so mostly listening. That's okay, baby. I should have asked about the wrench, but I know you know what you're doing. Did you get a kiss when you got there, honey?
Nope.
Car door slam?
No, when I opened the door, I had to open the door to throw your bags inside.
No, you're so good. Kathleen forgot about Joe earlier because he wasn't singing. Alright guys, here's how it is so far. So the directions to move on. It's the small border that's going to go around. So I'm going to take the border down both sides. So this one's going to be for border 1. This one's 2. It's a cute quilt. I like the colors in this one. I like anything that reminds me of the sea. So I didn't get these all joined up yet. That's a cute quilt, very cute. Cute quilt top. Pretty. Thank you, ladies. So I'll get these lined up and get them going. And that'll go in really easy. How cool would it be to fussy cut out cool prints for the big block? Oh man, Amy, that's a good idea. I like that. Gotta go, gals. Have a great day. Bye, baby. Thanks for joining. QuiltCon registration is open next week for members. Give me more information. Is that the one down your way? Or is that for 2023 or 2024? Machine embroidery and bigger blocks. I like your ideas. Atlanta, okay. Yeah, I'm learning my way with all the QuiltCon stuff. I've watched a lot of them, but I don't know the ins and outs of any of it, so I'm going to be leaning on you all to guide me a bit. He's saying, help, old lady. You can lay this flat and sew it in, or you can just streamline sew it in. So I'm just gonna bring it down both sides and get it in, and then go across the top. And it says come down the sides first and then go across the top, and then the next one we'll do it in reverse. Because you don't want the weight of the quilt to pull it. So I am going to drop my needle here just while I'm lining it up. And then just sew it in. Members get early registration, early picks of the classes. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'll be learning from you. Christine, I keep forgetting to sign up to be a member. Guess I better do it today. Can one of you girls tell me where to do that? And then just flip it and do the same down the other side. But I'm going to take a sip. Okay, Lisa, I need to attend to the hubby. I'll try to get back. Bye for now, Donna, everyone. It's okay, sweetie. Thanks for hopping in, honey. And then I've got my seam guide tape that goes down the table here, and it makes it really easy. Since Joe dropped the machine down in the table, I can get a lot more work done easier. If you go to QuiltCon 23, there's a link at the bottom. Go to... Okay. Thanks, baby. Appreciate the help, my love. And then just scoot across the top. Then I'm going to finger press this down because they're to be pressed out on this one. Do what, baby? Okay. He's going down to get a drink, so when he comes back, he can sing to us. No, he won't. But I thought it would be funny. Gotta run. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you, Christine, for joining, sweetheart. Now let me see, what's the next project gonna be? It's gonna be something fun. Has anyone ever done the lion? Donna, does sitting so long bother your back? As long as I can move and shift, it doesn't, but I have to take breaks and get up. I used to be able to sit and sew all day long, but that's just not even feasible right now. Every other week right now, I'm getting injections into the spine, freezing the nerve endings. And if that works, and then the next step is the insurance gives me approval, then we will move forward with burning the nerve endings that go through the spine, and hopefully that'll end all this misery. So that's goals. I'm gonna have to add a piece here. Little tiny section that I was going to be short. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in so that when I come across it, it'll be finished. So this will finish off the top border. Donna, I have some of the spine issues. Just spent the last 6 months doing that myself, praying for you, babe. I'm learning. It's a new way of life. You got to do things different. I do get a lot of relief when I'm in our pool. It takes, I guess it's just the water aerobics of it. Physical therapy is just not even an option at this point. So it's just, we're learning what I can do and what I can't do. My spine is nothing they can do after 20 years with different docs. The new, God, let's try this. Whatever it takes, I'm learning. Every 2 weeks for, I believe it's 6 weeks, we're going to be doing where they're freezing the nerve ending, and they start at the tailbone and work their way up to the neck. And then once the insurance says, okay, this works, then we're going to move forward with the burning of the nerve endings. The only thing I don't like so far is it's a short-term fix while you're going through what they call the testing phase to see what's going to work and if they're hitting the right nerve. And then it burns and stings so bad afterwards. They make you come home and lay down for 24 hours. You're not supposed to be up and moving, and I can't lift or log anything, which is fine. And so Monday morning, well, Monday afternoon at 2, I go again, and then I'll have my interview with Cindy and Brianna from the fabric patch. And then after that, I'll just get down and lay down. But that's going to be a fun evening. I'd give ablation a pool and a hot tub. Absolutely. If you yell them 9 feet don't help, they won't do the actual burning of the nerve. So just be aware of that. Wait a minute. I gotta go back and read that. If you yell, fix the knife didn't help. Oh, okay. Yeah, they told me it's going to be painful when they do it, but the relief that I should get is going to be worth it. So, fingers crossed, babe. So, I'm not going to put the second border on in the sashing, the cornerstone. I'll wait till next week when the girls are with me on that. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this in and show you how it looks. I like how it boxes it in and makes it look so nice and fresh. In their measurements, there's if you're doing your 1/4 inch with their measurements, I've got very little waist at all and very little trimming. Sorry, right, if you tell them any of the weekly stuff doesn't work, they won't, and that's why they do these. I say, hey, on the curb that stuff already. I understand. I don't handle medicines well, so I'm trying everything so I'm not taking a lot of meds because I just don't handle them well. My tummy gets upset and then I end up just sleeping, so I don't want any of that. So we went all the way around. Everything matches up. Looks great. So let me get this iron unplugged and out of the way so I don't bump it, and then I'll show you. And then that'll be it on this project till next week when the girls come back and Teresa Louise gets caught up. And then Courtney will be putting her 1 1/4 inch border on. And Teresa Louise, and then I'll just sit and chat a bit while they do that, and then we'll join in and do the cornerstones. But I think it turned out really cute, and I really like how everything always lines up. Everything nests so well. So that's it for that project. I understand what you're saying on a very deep level. I get it. All right, my ladies. I appreciate each and every one of you joining me today. It's been a blast. I like to just mindless sew and sit and chat with you all. It's been fun. I am thankful and blessed for each and every one of you. I look forward to our Thursday sit and sew a bit. It's always fun to just sit, and I don't have anything really. This is kind of like mindless sewing. If you have it cut out, we can just sit and chat. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. Courtney's going to pick that one. It's just fun. So you guys have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys back on my next chat, next live. I don't have my schedule here in front of me. The next time we're going to be back with this is going to be next Thursday, the 18th. That's when we're going to do the cornerstones and the sashing, and the girls are going to finish up whatever they need to. Always fun. Bye, Brenda Foley. Love you, babe. Thank you for coming on and keeping me company today. It's nice to have friends around. Absolutely. In the world we live in today, it's nicer to sew with friends. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you back in the next live. Bye-bye.